Alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and merciful, respected brother and sister, God has sent us on this earth with a purpose and order us to establish the rule of justice and spread the truth, and said, do not quarrel with each other and nor oppress anyone, and live a peaceful life. That's why Allah sent many prophets with His message so that we can live a good life in this world and the hereafter. Dear brothers, today I will put the story of Yunus so that we can learn from his life. The prophet Yunus, in English called Jonah, was sent to Nineveh, an ancient town current day Iraq, around 800 BC. The people of Nineveh city worshipping idol and filled with sin. Allah decided to send Prophet Yunus, a man born amongst them, as a messenger to guide them to his path, the path of light. Prophet Yunus immediately set out to fulfill his Lord's wish and invited his people to turn Allah and stop the idol worship and refraining from unjust and oppressive practices. But the people of Nineveh rejected Yunus. Yunus was continue to call them to the worship Allah, reminding them of the terrible anger of Allah. Prophet Yunus, to help them, he did not give up on his people despite their ignorance and harsh words. He continued to warn them of Allah's punishments. But they rejected this and said, we and our forefather have worshipped these gods for many years, and no harm come to us. The prophet Yunus was fed up of his pupil. He gave up on his pupil without permissions of Allah. He decided to live in hopes of finding a community from far away that would accept him. He boarded a ship to get as far away from Nineveh. Dear brother, the calm skies over Nineveh soon turned red with anger, preparing to spit out the anger of Allah. Men, women, and children gathered at the mountain tops, watching the skies with hearts filled with fear. They soon remembered Yunus' warning of Allah's punishments. They fell on their knees with their hand stretched out. They began to beg for Allah's forgiveness and mercy. Dear brothers, Allah lifted his punishments, forgave his subjects, and showered his blessing upon them. Here, Prophet Yunus, who had left Nineveh, the ship traveled through the calm water during the day, but as the night closed in, the ship encountered a storm. Ship widely to and fro. The pupils thought that someone has to be sacrificed to gods, so maybe he will keep us alive. They decided to throw the prophet Yunus. When he was thrown from the ship, the prophet swelled by a well, and he remained in the well's belly for a period of time. At that time, he recognized that he did something wrong. Yunus utters the famous dua, none has the right to be worshipped but you. Glorified it be you. Truly I have been among the wrongdoers. Dear brothers, the creatures of the deep sea hears the invocations of Yunus. Allah the Most Merciful was immensely moved by Yunus' repentance. He commanded the well spit out his messenger. Dear brother Yunus traveled back to Nineveh to complete his missions. When he arrived at his hometown, Yunus was stunned. The entire populations of Nineveh had accepted Islam. Yunus prostrated to his Lord and thanked him for all his blessing. Dear brother, Yunus was the only prophet whose entire community accepted Islam. Okay, my dear friend, dear brothers, thank you.